How's it going, Top Forest TV? My name is Jack, and welcome to my preview for Nottingham Forest versus Brighton in the Emirates FA Cup quarter-final taking place at the Amex. First of all, I just want to get this out of the way. You can kind of see here, there's like sort of there, like you can see the lines of. I recently dropped my phone onto some stones. We've got some stones at the front of our garden. The phone fell out my hand, and yeah, with the screen protector at the moment, there is basically there's like a massive like crack on my actual front camera, which is not ideal in the slightest. But I'll try and get a new screen protector as soon as I can to sort that out. But yeah, unfortunately at the minute you're just gonna have to deal with this. So yeah, not ideal, but it is what it is. So yeah, oh man, I'm nervous for this. Whoa. Oh my goodness. One game away from Wembley, 2 games away from the FA Cup final. Oh my goodness, like this season has just been just an absolute dream this season's been. I'm so happy with the way things have been going this season, and to get us to Wembley would just be the cherry on the icing on the cake. Well, no, the cherry on the icing on the cake would be us winning it. The icing on the cake would be a visit to Wembley, man. I want to win this so badly. You know, one of my friends is a Newcastle supporter, and seeing the way that he was after they beaten Liverpool at Wembley to win the Carabao Cup, I want that for Forest. I really, really do. You know, the closest we've got in my lifetime, if I remember rightly, I think it's the only time we got this far that I can remember was when we lost 1-0 at home to Liverpool. We're away this time, away against Brighton, obviously. And, I think any team in this competition, other than probably Preston, have a chance of potentially winning it. You know, Preston, I don't quite see it, unfortunately, for them. As much as you'd like to see a championship side go all the way, I don't quite see it, to be honest with you. They've got Aston Villa, and I don't quite see them having enough to get over the line in that one. But then you've got Man City and Bournemouth. Both of those could feasibly win it. Us and Brighton, both of us could feasibly win it. And then there's Fulham and Crystal Palace, who, to be honest, both of those could feasibly win it if things go in their favour. So, look, I think it's a massive, massive opportunity for us to get some silverware. We haven't won the FA Cup since even before my dad was born. You know, he always goes on, oh, I've seen us in the Champions or in the European Cup, and I've seen us win it. I've seen us win the League Cup, you know. I've seen us win the league, but he's never seen us win the FA Cup. I think we got to the final in '91, which we lost against Spurs. You know, quite a controversial game, that one. But yeah, for a generation of Forest fans like myself, we've only been to Wembley once, and that was when we won the playoff final. I'd love to see us win this so badly. And if we can go ahead and beat Brighton, oh, tomorrow it'll just be sensational. Sensational. I feel like we can beat them. The 2 times we've played them already this season, we drew 2-2 at their gaff early on in the campaign, and then we did beat them 7-0 at the start of February. So look, we've got the ability to beat them. We can beat them, and we are better on the road. You know, we are more comfortable playing that attacking football on the break away from home, and I think we can do it. You know, I really think we can do it. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be I'm going to be a bag of nerves watching this game. Oh my gosh. I feel nervous already. It's such a huge opportunity for us to potentially start to get some, you know, silverware on the board. Our first trophy since early 90s, late 80s, when we won the League Cup. It would just be something so special, and to crown off a fantastic season would just be extra special. And yeah, really, really want us to win this one. We do know, however, Chris Wood is out, which is not ideal in the slightest. You know, our main goal threat, our top scorer of this campaign. Taiwo's scored once away at Wolves, and all the other goals from centre forwards have come Chris Wood. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what Nuno plans to do with this one. I'd assume he will start with Taiwo up top. But really, we need Taiwo on form. We need that end of season 1 Taiwo, where he managed to score 10 goals in the campaign despite being injured for quite a bit of it. We need that Taiwo that is on form, and that Taiwo that's banging in the goals. And look, if we can get that, then we'll be all right. If not, it might be a bit of a difficult situation. We might need to chip in with goals from elsewhere in the side. But yeah, we could really have done with Chris Wood. But unfortunately, he picked up an injury on international duty. Things happen. We can't blame the situation too much. So yeah, be really, really interesting to see how things pan out with that one. Like I say, we've got a Taiwo there, and I'd really love to see him on the score sheet. To get a 1U back, scoring goals would be amazing. But if he doesn't, we know we've got goals from elsewhere in the team. The two wingers are not afraid to chip in with goals. Our last game before the international break, Alanga scored a brace. We know Milinkovic can chip in with a couple, and Gibbs White can get himself on the score sheet. We know Callum Hudson-Odoi loves to cut inside and send one far corner. So we do have goals from elsewhere in the team. So we're not solely reliable on Chris Wood. Okay, it's not ideal we don't have him, but I think we can see that there's opportunities for goals to come from other areas of the side as well if Taiwo is not firing as we would like him to be. But yeah, really, really hoping that we can win this one. Brighton as well, not sure on their injury list, but I know they had quite a few players coming back from international duty, quite a few coming from different continents. They've got quite a few South American players and Kairi Matoma's from Asia, so they've probably had a sizable travelling distance. So we're not going to be the only side that sort of thing. So yeah, look, it's going to be a really, really interesting game. Really, really want us to win this one, and I can see us doing it. Brighton have got some really good players, though. Some players who can cause issues. I just mentioned Kairi Matoma, somebody that I rate really, really highly. I think he's a brilliant footballer. They've got Baliba in midfield. I think has really had a good season. Danny Welbeck knows where the back of the net is. He's a real, seasoned goal scorer now, and we're going to have to be careful about him. But yeah, look, I think it's going to be a tricky game. Of course it is. It's the Emirates FA Cup quarter-final, but I think we've got enough in our tank to do it. Nuno, I think he knows how to set up in games like this. He loves to tweak things as well and to adapt things. So yeah, I can see us going for it. I can really see us going for it. I can see it being a bit of a ding-dong affair, a proper cup tie, both sides going for it and not really worrying too much. Maybe defensively, but we'll see on that. Maybe that's not quite right, but it could be a ding dong affair. I think we could see extra time. We've been in extra time, twice in the FA Cup and once in the League Cup. So I wouldn't be against, say against it. I definitely don't want it because we've got Manchester United in the week. But I wouldn't be surprised. That's probably what would be best to say. I wouldn't be surprised if we went on and had extra time and maybe even spot kicks again, penalties there. But look, I think we've got enough in the tank to beat them on our day. We can beat them if we set up correctly and play on the counter like I know we're so dangerous at doing. Then yeah, I could see us doing that. In this game, then obviously I would love to see Sels in goal. I know we have Carlos Vinicius, who is it Carlos Vinicius? No, Carlos Vinicius. What am I on about? Carlos Vinicius was that guy who played for Fulham and he played for Tottenham and did that Mbappe celebration when he scored against Mourinho, like 10th tier football club. No, Carlos Miguel, who has played a couple of times in cup competitions for us, but I want to see Matt Sels in goal. I want to go full strength as possible. Ola Aina at right back, at left back, Williams, centre halves, Milo and Milinkovic. Midfield, we want to see Elliot Anderson and probably Yates for me. I think he's been really good of late. Gibbs, White, Alanga and Callum Hudson-Odoi in behind, probably Taiwo Awoniyi. But yeah, massive game, and I want us to win this so badly. I'm starting to feel the nerves already. Come on, Forest, please. Oh, please just give it your all. That's all we can ask for. Give it your all, and hopefully we can be in the hat for the Emirates FA Cup semi-final draw, which would just be absolutely magnificent. Oh, I'd love to see us win this so much. Come on, you Reds. Please don't let us down. Come on, Forest.